So I've pretty much finished all the decorating in my house, and the last thing I've got left to do is this. It's a lovely solid oak staircase, but unfortunately I just don't like the colour. It's gone that horrible orange. So what I'm going to do is sand it right back and then finish it with a clear product which will just bring out the beauty of the wood. Now it is a bit of a mission taking all of this back to the bare wood. I haven't underestimated it. I know how long it's going to take. It's going to take flipping ages. But hey, I'm ready and I'm prepared. I'm going to be using some scrapers. I've got sanding blocks. I've got sandpaper. I've got detailed sanders. I've got big palm sanders. So I'm really going to smash it on the sanding side of things. And once I've got it all taken back to the wood, I'm going to finish it with a really top quality product. And this is actually a Hardwax oil by Barrettine, but we'll get onto that a bit later. Okay, let's get on with it. Now the great thing about using a scraper is you can take away a lot of material in a short amount of time, and it's also a lot less dusty. Always pull the scraper towards you when possible, and be careful because it does get a little bit hot sometimes. So if I'm ever refurbishing something like this and going to re-varnish it, re-oil it, whatever, then I'm always using a scraper first. So once I've used the scraper on an area just like this, a fairly big surface area, I've taken off as much as I can with that scraper. I'm now going to use the sander. I've got a bit of 80 grit paper on there. I've got it connected to the shop vac, although I'm not in the shop, but got it connected to that, and I'm wearing a mask. Make sure you wear your mask. So here we go. I'll also use this sander to sand the top of this. Bits like this are going to be much better off just going over with the sander. But the scraper is great for just getting in those edges and corners. Now the great thing about this type of cabinet scraper is that you can use it for concave and convex surfaces. So up on the rail here, I was able to use this section here, but I've actually got this bit of beading along the top here. I've done this bit, I've got further to go here. So this is concave, so I can use this rounded part of the scraper. I love the look of sanded oak, but just look at that horrible orange colour of the old varnish and stain. Now once you've finished all your sanding with your 80 grit, get yourself a soft brushed ended vacuum and give it a real good clean up. Now at this point you're going to be absolutely sick to death of sanding because you've done so much to get this far, and what you need to do now is just step back and look at the finish. So I'm looking at this stringer here, and what you'll notice right around here in the middle of the screen, there's a slightly dark spot, and coming down there's a couple there, and that's basically just where I haven't sanded it back far enough, or I've just missed a bit. And they're the bits you're going to really want to focus on and just rub down just a little bit. It won't take much, I promise, but it will just make such a big difference at the end. You can just see a little bit down there as well, just right about here. Again, that'll be really easy to fix. And you can see that that pretty much takes it away and makes it look a lot better. So the next thing I'm doing is taking some 120 paper and going over all the woodwork. This is just to get it a little bit smoother than finishing it with the 80 grit paper, because after this we're going to put the product on it. And the other thing that you need to do all the way through this process is to make sure that you are sanding with the grain, particularly with the 80 grit paper, because if you start sanding cross grain, you're going to scratch the wood and really notice it unless you come back to it and sand it out. And you don't really want to do that. So sand everything with the grain. Now give it another vacuum in. So the last thing we do is take a damp cloth and we're just going to wipe over all the main surfaces, and this is going to do two things. It's going to pick up any fine bits of dust that we've missed, and it's also going to lift the grain very slightly. And what that means is when we put our product on it, our finished product, it will allow that just to sink in a bit more before we give it a very light sand and give it a second coat. So it should come out absolutely lovely. So there's going to be a lot of foot traffic on this staircase, and now I'm ready to treat it. I really need something that's going to be tough, durable and water repellent. So I'm giving this Hardwax oil for wooden floors and furniture a go. It's by Barrettine and it's going to be absolutely perfect for this. This Hardwax oil is stain, dirt and high scratch resistant. It's certified food and toy safe, and it has a 4-hour drying time. I'm using a good quality brush specifically designed for varnishes and stains. You can also apply this with a lint-free cloth or short pile roller. Now if you're using this or a similar product, in order to get the best results after about 15 minutes, you want to use a lint-free cloth just to wipe off any excess product. What I like to do is to take my brush, and it is a very fine, good quality brush. I get it completely free of any products, there's nothing on it at all. And then I just literally go over the bit that I've already done about 15 minutes ago or so, and in line with the grain, just wipe it off, smooth it out. It's going to give you that 4-hour dry time and a really nice finish when it's dry. So the issue that I've got here is the fact that these stairs are in constant use. And what I've done already, did this yesterday, is painted or sealed, waxed, oiled every other step. So you've got the dry, non-finished step to step on. And now it's the next day. These are dry enough to stand on, so I'm going to now do the other stairs. If you've got a staircase that you don't use, then no problem. But what I've also done is just put a piece of paper on the steps that you can use, because once this goes on, they'll all be dark and you don't want to be trying to work out which step to step on. So hopefully no one will do that. So the first coat is now dry and already it's got a real hard finish to it. The only issue is when you do one coat and you put it on the bare wood, it gets in the grain, it raises the fibres, and when it's dry, it just feels a little bit rough. So I'm going to be doing 2 coats because it's a high traffic area. So what I'm going to do before I do the second coat is take a piece of 240 grit paper, a bit of 180 would do as well, but don't go any less than that or any coarser than that. And before we do the second coat with the grain, literally just going to wipe it over like that. And what that will do is just take away those fine fibres that have had the product on it and gone hard, and it makes it feel really rough. And already that feels really smooth. So this part of the sanding really takes no time at all. But I tell you what, when that second coat goes on, it'll look fantastic. So once you've done all the sanding, give it a vacuum, wipe it down with a cloth, and then you're ready for your second coat. And we are going to apply this exactly the same way as the first coat. And at last, it's all done. Yes, it's taken quite a while to do it, but I'm really pleased. It looks absolutely fantastic. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you've got any questions, do get in touch. I will leave links to tools and products, particularly the product that I used to finish this off, in the description box down below, so you can go check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.